Oh, shit. Are you guys there? Shit. Are you guys there? I hit the wrong button, killed the stream. Sorry about that. Can you see me? All right, sorry about that. I hit the. All right. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I lost everybody. Jesus. Sorry about that. Chase, we all do. No, I mean, anyways, I don't know that we're going to have anything the rest of the day, Chase. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. We may. What I have found again is that, once the market has realized, okay, this is what I have noticed recently is that once the market my thing just everything went blank, Jim. I everything went blank. So I'm not but one thing I have noticed lately is that it seems like after the market has realized the news is done for the day with, what's the latest and greatest on the world events. How about that? Because the news, for those of you not in the United States, the news, has all these morning news stations, and they all go out there and blah 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 about what's going on or the latest and greatest. And of course, you get multiple different versions. You get the CNN version, which is one side of a fairy tale, and you get the Fox version, which is another side of a fairy tale. And the market just doesn't know what to do. And then, what I have found lately is that when the market finally thinks that all that stuff is behind it, then it starts moving again. Right now, there's, these reactions are pretty bad. Like this, like, for example, this scenario, right? Well, this reaction off the mid band was pretty good. I mean, I didn't take it, obviously. It's pretty good. But this reaction off this top of the box should have been a little more spicy, and it's not. Should have been a little more. The afternoon, I spend a lot more focus on the static lines and the 5-minute red line. I do not trade the 1-minute gold line at all, unless I'm already in a trade and I'm using it to add. I do not enter a trade off the 1-minute gold line, in the afternoon. That's. See you, Jim. Am I dark now? Everything's New York time zone that I talk. New York time zone. Everything that I say is in New York time zone. It's just easier that way. I know people sit there and say, well, the futures, there's, Chicago time zone, which, whatever. But the reality of it is the New York Stock Exchange, which is these equities, is New York time zone. Okay, because Jim said I went dark. I'm just wondering if he couldn't see me. All right. When I first started trading futures, used to confuse the shit out of me because people were talking in Chicago, Chicago time zone, and I'm like, the hell are you guys talking? Yeah. Well, Nadine, I don't know if you're in here or not. Something just popped up on my computer saying you made a comment about patience. It's patience is I'm going to tell you right now, as we get closer and closer to June, this is frustrating, to be honest with you. This is frustrating to be sitting here, in mid-April, and the market's acting the way it is, because come on, man. That's why I believe it's the sharks have kind of scattered because of the political news that keeps coming out in the mornings. So let me look here. So let me do this. Hold on here. Shit. Let me look at this. So the ES. So here's the ES. Let's just show an example of situation. So here's the ES that rotated and sat on top of the prior day open. Here's prior day close. So if we caught that from 58, let's just say 59 to 63. You're talking 4 points, man. There's just nothing there. There's just nothing there. There's an inside candle right here. Went through the bottom. I don't even have my, I use two ES charts. Remember that. This isn't the one I normally trade on, this chart. I don't trade on this chart normally, but so I got to reset it so it's there. All right. I normally trade on my actual ES chart up here. There it goes. I wonder if it'll go up. It did bust through the top. Here's your inside candle. It busted through the top. Are you going to go long or not? You could see. So if you saw this candle, right? You saw that candle spike up. It's because there was a lot of orders sitting there for that trade. That's exactly, there was a lot of orders sitting there for that trade, and it just didn't go. It just didn't go. And I'm saying it didn't go because the sharks aren't here. It's the shark, it's the initial we're in, but it's the sharks that take it and run it right to here. Is it going to go? I mean, it may go. It may go. So right now, like if you're in is here, your target is there. I mean, you're looking at that turned into a 5-tick trade. That's a little better. Or 5-point trade. Yeah, it turns into a 5-point trade. There it goes. Well, shit. That's two equities that have ultimately worked that I didn't, I got knocked out on the RTY one at break even. And then it ultimately worked. Only took freaking 6 minutes to get there. 6 minutes to go there, which is totally uncharacteristic of the RTY. This one's 1, 2, 3 minutes into it still. Trying to get to here. Trying to get to the close. Trying to get to the close. So, I mean, it's just ugly. Just ugly. I mean, pattern-wise, this is a gorgeous setup, other than the fact that the candles are small. Follow-through should have been a little more deliberate based off of such a good setup. Here's your twin. So your twin had come off of breaking a pivot high here when it rotated up. So that's another reason to take that trade. Again, I don't want to give back the money I earned already. I had a good morning, very good morning. Very good morning. Y'all saw it. Y'all heard it. So what are you doing? Come on, NQ. There it is. All right. So it hit target. It hit target eventually. It hit target eventually. Yeah, it hit target eventually. It hit target eventually. I should have trusted the NQ, the ES. I should have trusted it. I didn't, obviously. I should have trusted it. You get spoiled with some of these bigger trades. You know what I mean? And then when the market starts doing this, I get hesitant. Jesus. So oil was crossed over and retested its overnight open. See how the overnight open was resistance? One, two, third time blew right through it. So I'm going to be looking to see if I can potentially take a long off the overnight open. If we get an inside candle here. Wow. It's like everything's gone quiet. I don't know if my chat's working. Is my chat working? It may not be working either. I've got nothing coming across. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, all right. Thanks, Chase. All right. I suppose you didn't catch that ES trade, did you, Chase? Because that could have been your one and your extra one, and you're done. I obviously didn't get it, but I mean, you know, I don't know. Should have obviously. Well, I mean, I would have gotten 5 points. I think 5 points. Yeah, 5 points. I don't know. Well, I think that they're both possible gonna test the top of their prior day closes potentially and then run up. If you'll notice, they're both above their prior day close, the NQ and the ES. So if you can get them to create space and then come and sit on top, they may roll up. You know what I'm saying? The uh, the oil broke the top of its prior overnight open finally to the long side. So oil finally. I mean, When it finally hit here, it just kept coming down, and I followed it. And there it is. Now it needs to go. Now it needs to go. Needs to go. Remember that support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. Go, go, go. Holy shit. Remember that. Remember, support, resistance becomes support, support becomes resistance. And that's what happened right here. Holy shit. Okay, go, 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 go. Holy shit. Keep going. I'm not giving up the pivot. I'm not giving up the pivot. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. About $500. That thing took off. I didn't expect it to run that fast. Honestly, I just expected it to meander its way through. When it ran like that, I was like, shit. So that's why I defended the pivot, because, once you go through the pivot, you're expecting it to pull back when it runs like that, or just keep shooting to my target. Holy crap. All right. Oh. So who was I talking to? Chase. Yeah, Chase. So yeah, you've got that scenario right now with the NQ and the ES. They broke through, and they may go back to their pivot highs off the prior day close, which the oil trade I took was off the overnight open. I mean, that's a classic example right there of those static lines. Boom, boom. You see that to your left. And remember, 1, 2, 3, sits on top, goes. I mean, that's what you're looking. I mean, I can't show that one enough. I mean, 1, 2, crosses over on the third attempt, sits on top, gone. It just took off a lot faster than I thought it would. Jesus. It made me freak out that, oh my God. I mean, like, so I didn't move my target, nothing. I just, obviously took out at the pivot because anyways, you saw it. You saw it. And by the way, by the way, just to show you, that's what the RTY trade was that I took, because we got below these static lines right here, which is the prior day. Bing, bing, and then bing, through it, sat on it, boom. That was the trade I took that I ended up getting knocked out at even. That would have gone up for my $400. I mean, it's that scenario where resistance becomes support or support becomes resistance. That those trades are wonderful trades. And you got to have the patience when they finally blow through those lines to wait. That's the key, to wait. So let's go back to oil. Okay. When oil did this, you got to have the patience to wait. I know you want to chase it. Oh my God, there it's going. They know you want to chase it. That's why they bring it to the top of the line to squeeze you out. And then they had a nice little reach candle below. I mean, it was just classic manipulation of the sharks. And then bam. And you saw the big green candle. That's because the sharks were in the tank. Anyways, I think I'm going to just about call it a day now. Yeah, I think I'm going to just about call it a day. It's Monday. Mondays are my worst days, and I'm still dicking around with my freaking personal taxes that are due in 2 days and or 3 days. Well, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. I got to get those done. So I'm gonna shut the stream off. I'm sorry we got killed earlier, but everybody have a good day. Uh, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right.